This is the restoration hangar of Castle Air Museum. I'm in the back of the restoration shop, and behind me is the lunchroom. And in the corner there on that aluminum stand with the blue stripe, that's the guest book. You sign in, and there's models everywhere, canopies everywhere, gun turret bubbles, nose blisters over there, a canopy over there, all your sheet metal area over here. Got an F-4 Phantom, 117 Nighthawk, Huey. Earlier, they let me walk on the wing of this thing. There's like the guts of the ejection seat.
Getting the razor blade underneath this, like, upper layer of paint.
And the primer stays on still. Most of it.
Most of it. Some of it in other parts, as you can see here, has been worn away a bit.
And that's what all this is? Still paint to come on?
This is like a
wing
stepping,
walk? A wing walk
surface. So that way you can get into the cockpit.
Wow.
But, so we're trying to preserve this so we can
Wow. This is so cool.
Yes.
This wing is so strong. I've never stood on the wing of an F-4 Phantom before.
Yeah, these things are pretty strong.
It is like super strong.
Yeah, I can't remember the amount of loading that was built into the wing off the top of my head.
Do you know how thick the wing skins are? They feel like they're 3/16 or something. Like thick, really thick.
I can't remember the exact specifications of the aluminum plating they use on these things.
Look at that. Are the cockpits complete in this aircraft? It's getting restored. Build number 155539, MSN 2777, long range supersonic Mach 2.2 jet interceptor and fighter bomber. Navy squadron served with VF-101, VF-102, VF-33, VX-4 as XF-1, aka Black Bunny. And is that pictures of this airplane? Look at that. Pictures of this airplane when they got it. That looks like they pulled it out of the desert at Pima. They're taking all the paint off her. Big radar dome on the front. We are right next to an F-117 that's getting restored. And what is going on here? Oh, this is so cool. I've read about this. You see how the leading edges are missing? They're missing because the Air Force took them off. They wouldn't let all the museums have these airplanes. The entire... Oh, they're doing such a good job here. And look, there's string in it. Oh, they're doing such a good job. But let's get back to this Phantom for a sec. So the outer wing of this Phantom is sitting on top of 3 tires, and it's sitting on top of the inner wing. Or is this the wing from the other side? No, this is the outer wing from this airplane. Let's see if we can go up these stairs and have a little look inside. Oh, she's being painted up front here. I'm so impressed they're doing all this work. This is a sensor. This whole thing here is an antenna. flush with the aircraft. So cool. Oh, this looks so comfy. It looks so cozy in here. The tail hooks. He's strapped up right now. Probably pretty heavy. Here's where an engine goes. Just need a really big engine to put in here. Look at that RTD silicone. That brown silicone developed for the US Air Force back in about 1960s, late 1950s, and it's still being used today. And here's what the fuel pod looks like when it's disconnected. Every single one of these has one of these big pods on the bottom. And I suppose those are fill tubes. They look like fuel goes that way. Here's a big thing to hang on to it. Second one to hang on to it. And coming back here, I don't even see a third one, but if there was one, it would be around the structure. It kind of looks like this thing's pinned on by two pieces. That's crazy. Wow, what came out of the inside of that? Was that where the parachute came out? I think so. Quite a bit of this airplane was removed by the military when they demilitarized it. They took the entire leading edges off it from the front to the back, and all the museums that got their F-117s, F-117 Nighthawks, they all had them stripped like this. And these guys are making new ones out of aluminum to make the aircraft look complete again. In Utah, Hill Air Force Museum has one of these, and they are 3D printing all their pieces. The tail is actually off of this airplane right now. The two tail pieces. I think they're underneath it, over there. And they are also completely surrounded by some composite stuff that is still classified. Took it off the airplanes to put them in museums. And they're doing a really great job of putting this one back together. But in the meantime, you can see the original Lockheed stuff and how the end of the wing is built. And if you come over to the tail, both of the flying tail pieces, I don't know what you call these because they're a combination of rudder and elevators. And you can see all the way around them was that special material, and they all had to get new pieces. They're doing some really good work here. Beautiful. I am fascinated by this Nighthawk. Everybody's having lunch right now, but I'd love to see how this thing's put together. It looks like they cut whatever it was, and it's made of a honeycomb. This is flexible. So whatever they took off, it was all back here, and it was all composites. There's all some crazy composites for absorbing radar and not reflecting it. And look at the vents. Oh, this is some beautiful work. Oh, I'd like a coffee table made like this. What a cool design, this airplane. And so all these bits are being rebuilt out of aluminum. There's quite a bit of effort going on here to make this. This one's got the whole wing on it out here. Flight control surfaces are hanging. This is all done by volunteers. All done by volunteers. Oh, I got an engine. I got an engine sitting right here. I believe that's from this airplane. I believe it is. And this whole leading edge is finished. Look at it. And they've got a red string on it. Wow, they even got an anti-aircraft searchlight in here. Wonder what it's doing here. What else is in here? Well, looks like the door of a helicopter. We got a door of something being restored here. Oh, from the Huey. This Huey's looking pretty close. Beautiful. Look at all this stuff in here. I can't believe I'm walking around in here by myself. That looks like the paint shop here. Ooh, a big engine hoist. And these must be doors off the 117. And here. These are sharp. This is sharp. Assembly part number unit. Mods are changed. How heavy it is. It's so light. It weighs nothing. Oh my goodness, this weighs like 1.5 ounces. So thin. Wow. These look like the engine air intakes over here. From the 117. They are. Oh, this is so amazing to see these pieces off the airplane. There's more pieces up here. Big hinge here. I don't know. Look at all the piping. Careful with all this stuff. Oh, you can see how the tail mounts on a big shaft, just like an SR-71 Blackbird. And I gotta say, that shaft is about the same size. And here it is. Here they are. Here's the shaft that goes in that hole. It's about 5-inch diameter. Oh, and it's pretty solid feeling. And it mounts over here like this. It's all very tapered. I suppose there's bolts that go through those, or drip pins, I don't know what you call those. But this thing, all the way around, is getting new skins. This is so cool. See red string everywhere. Wow, the bomb bay's open. There's one on each side. And you see how the bay opens, and then this apparatus drops down and puts the bomb or the missile, if you're going to fire a cruise missile, it then goes into the airflow and then it fires. But I'm kind of got my head up inside this thing right now. Oh, there's a panel at the back here that's been removed. Some more stuff to connect. Oh, it smells like an airplane in here. And the whole front of it's filled up by this bomb rack, I suppose you'd call this, or a missile rack. And it looks like these things pop down to block airflow. But here's the front of these, and they're sharp. That's why they put these on here. These are so thin, and the front is sharp. Oh, and this one has, okay, so they drop down on this side. This one has the rack in the up position, and the air disturbance little diffusers. These are air diffusers, and they're down. On this side, So in reality, whenever that thing's down, these would be down. You have it kind of something weird going on here. Oh, and they've got something going on in here. I think the nose art is being duplicated from photos. I think somebody's redone the proper art and they've done it from photos. Very, very nice. This is Lockheed Martin F-117A model Nighthawk, serial number 85-0813, the Toxic Avenger. And I suppose all these things are mission counts. This thing has dropped Operation Just Cause in Panama, 1990. In Operation Desert Storm, this aircraft from 1990 to 1991 flew 35 missions. It went out and ruined somebody's day 35 times. This one, Colonel Al Whitley, Bandit 150 of the 37th TFW commanding officer on the 4450th TG first operational. This is the first operational F-117A pilot, Colonel Whitley. I'm under an F-117. I don't know any museums that are going to let you do this. Got a bunch of wires hanging from the nose gear. Oh, there's a hatch open. And you can get right inside this thing. Wow. The wiring looms. Having a dowel clamp every 6 inches. What is the tie things? You know, I saw a piece of the XP-70 Valkyrie, and it had its wires done just like that. And that XP Valkyrie was built in 1961, I think, and this one was built in like 1981. And that's the outer skin of the aircraft out there. Oh, like that thing's mounted on the other outer skin. Oh, there's something going on out there. Whole bunch of boxes. Wires suspended. I don't know what all this stuff is. This all has to be connected. This is all stuff that got disconnected. What is this? A little pulley thing. Huh, pretty cool. You see the structure of this airplane. That's really nice when they have a hatch open. What's going on here? This is an antenna. These things hanging down here. This is an antenna wire, and so is this. These are the kind of antenna wires that would be on a transmitter, like or receivers for a radio. What's this? This is like a temperature gauge. So this would have been out in the wind here somewhere like that, just sticking out a little bit somewhere. Or maybe it just reads the temperature from inside this bay, and they say close enough. I bet you that's what it is. You don't want anything outside. Here's where your ground guys can attach things and do a little bit of stuff. I wonder if it's painted in here, because this sure looks like it's nice condition painted. This is a lock for the door, I believe. Some more connections over here. A box. All kinds of connections here. These kind of things are probably for service, for something to do with service. There'll be all kinds of service items of the airplane that you get at when the landing gear is down, including that huge port back there does something. You got an entirely new nose, an aftermarket nose, really big canopy. It's about 5 feet wide, but I gotta say it's pretty long, and it looks like it's gold plated. And the engine covers are all off, sitting on the paint booth over there. That inside skin is all composites. I wonder if that's something to do with absorbing radar. Everything about this airplane was about absorbing radar. What happens if I go up this little staircase? Oh, I get to see in an engine, that's what. There's where the engine mounts, way back there. way back there. And this is heavy composite. It's all quite heavy and stiff. Single seat cockpit. You're doing nice work here. Well, I wonder when I'm ever going to see one of these things up this close. Ooh, got a ways to go over here. I wonder what exactly they're doing with this one, because it'd be a lot of work to put it all back together to the point where you can fly it. And who took all that stuff off of it? You even got rivets that are drilled out right here. These were steps, I think. I think there's these steps that go in here. I think these are supposed to have steps. When they use these things for heli skiing, they put two people get to sit back here. It's really cool. These hold 13 people in a heli ski operation. That's the top of the panel right there. Got to be a lot more pieces of this airplane around. And there's a Thunder Street back here. Wow, these are something pretty important looking. Pieces being restored over here. Maybe from the F4. I don't know what they're from. Oh, these are from the Huey. These are from the Huey. Freshly painted. Gonna go back up on top of that guy. Wonder what these things are from.
Our book home.
This is from Brian, and here's a wheel made from Brian's dimensions. Steering wheel of an RB36. Accurate. And this is how they figure it out. You've got a ruler here, you're figuring out how wide all the materials are, how thick all the materials are, and then you get this. Isn't that beautiful? Good morning from Castle Air Museum. Lots to see here. Beautiful day. It's a museum building. Beyond all this area here is where the base used to be. It's now been converted to a civilian airport. And back there we have an Air Force One. Blocked by a D-21 drone is an SR-71 Blackbird. And I see a train coming actually right now, just offside here. Train tracks parallel the base. The museum's in a back building. They got themselves a 150 out front. It's US Air Force, but it has an N number on it. The Atwater Mercer area began its association with our military air force in 1941 when the town of Mercer leased a 900-acre plot to the United States Army for $1. The Mercer Army Flying School was activated on December 1st, 1941, and just 6 days later, 34 BT-13A trainers were transferred to the field in response to Pearl Harbor. The first 10-week class for Air Corps pilots began on December 20th, 1941. Castle Air Force Base began its career as a major training facility. Lieutenant Colonel Joseph P. Bailey was appointed as the project officer in August of 1940. Colonel Ray Bishop was the 93rd Bomb Wing Commander from June 7, 1994 until the closing in 1995. In May of 1942, the school became the Mercer Army Airfield, and a year later, 80 AT-6 Texan planes were assigned, bringing its complement to 480 planes. Between 1941 and 1945, over 800 pilots were trained at Mercer. Then, on January 21st of 1946, the War Department changed the name to Castle Army Airfield in honor of the fallen general. The proud tradition of the base continued when the new Strategic Air Command activated the 93rd Bombardment Wing at Castle Field in 1947 and assigned personnel and B-29s to the unit. With the creation of the Air Force as a separate service, Castle Field was renamed Castle Air Force Base. In 1949, B-50s were assigned, and in 1954, B-47s were added to the complement.